All over West Michigan, this is 24-Hour News 8 Football Frenzy.
Well, hi, how are you? Welcome to Week 6 of the Football Frenzy, the first playoff berths on the line tonight. We also had some key conference matchups. All across the viewing area, our Frenzy crews put on 1,009 miles tonight. I'm Jack Doll, this is Larry Figursky, Zach Zepanik, and we'll start with our spotlight games. Byron Center in Hamilton in the OK Green. And boy, Hamilton, one of the great stories, 5-0 coming in. More wins than they've had in the last few years. And they got off to a great start. Crazy play here. Caleb Moore to Tegan McMahon, and Hamilton had a 12-0 lead. Still 12-0 second quarter. Shane Tagg gets the second handoff, rumbles 50 yards for the touchdown. The Bulldogs cut that lead to 12-6. Third quarter, Byron Center up 20-12. This time, Josh Saltzgaber going to go 20 yards for the touchdown, and Byron Center starting to pull away 26-12. Fourth quarter, screen pass, Saltzgaber to Braden Smith. 26-yard touchdown, just fights off that tackle, and he's in. Byron Center rolls 54-32.
Spotlight number 2 shining on the OK Red, the defending co-champions of a year ago and the last of the conference unbeatens this year. Meeting tonight in Rockford. Perennial power Rams hosting the resurgent Granville Bulldogs. Fifth-ranked Dogs 5-0 this season, 3-0 in the red with a chance to clinch a playoff berth. Rams 2-0 in the red coming in. No score all the way into the third. This is Nick Icey for the Rams. Going to finish off a long drive from 1 yard out. It was 7-0 Rockford. Fourth quarter, Bulldogs will answer. At the Rams 6, Brady Paganelli to Josh Atwell. He gets the sweep and gets in. It was 7-6. Granville then going for 2 in the lead. Paganelli on the little bootleg to the left side gets knocked down at the 1, and that proves to be the difference. The Rams knocking off the Bulldogs tonight 7-6.
Our third spotlight game takes us to the Southwestern Athletic Conference, a clash between Central Division rivals as Schoolcraft hit the road to take on Lawton. The Eagles sitting at 5-0, visiting the Blue Devils, also unblemished, so this game had major implications on the SWAC race. Very first play from scrimmage, Ricky Clark scrambles right and finds Nolan Onspa behind the secondary. 51 yards later, it was 7-0 Eagles. Then, very first play of the very next Schoolcraft drive, Clark goes up top again for Onspa. Nice stutter move, and the 55-yard touchdown made it 14-0 Schoolcraft. And Clark did it on special teams as well. He would take this punt, 54 yards to the house, 362 all-purpose yards for the young man in the first half alone as he accounted for 6 touchdowns in the game. Schoolcraft clinches a playoff berth as they roll over Lawton 56-7.
All right, from Lawton to Benton Harbor, the Tigers haven't started a season with 6 straight wins since 1985. And check out Jeremy Burrell, homecoming king. He did everything tonight. Here he catches a nice pass from Denny Brown Jr. He's going to go 32 yards for the touchdown. They were up 15-8 on Traverse City West. Then in the fourth quarter, the option to who else? Burrell, 40-yard touchdown. He sprints down the sideline. Benton Harbor 6-0. They win it 21-15.
Battle of unbeatens atop the Central State's goal tonight in Remus. 5-0 Chip Hills hosting 5-0 Reed City, both able to clinch a playoff spot. Reed City scored on a pick 6 defensively to start the game, and boy, the defense just did the rest. Zach Weirgow there with the sack. Reed City clinches a spot. They win 12-8.
Meanwhile, in the CSAA Silver Division, everyone looking up at Morley Stanwood. The Mohawks hosting Kent City, who entered a game back in the standings. Midway through the third, Kent City down 17-8, but Giovanni Weeks takes the handoff up the gut, 62 yards for the score. Eagles cut the deficit to 17-14 after the missed extra point. On to the fourth. Morley Stanwood still holding that 17-14 lead, but Colton Atwood plunges in from 1 yard out for the go-ahead score. And then Morley Stanwood in the 2-minute drill, but the Eagles defense said otherwise. Cody Bowers picks off the pass. That's all she wrote. Kent City wins 22-17.
All right, let's check in on the West Michigan Conference. 7th-ranked Montague, chance to lock up a playoff berth. Wildcats home against North Muskegon, and they were driving, trying to get that lead score. Bryce Stark runs for the first down, but now with 3 minutes left, Dylan Stevers' pass picked off by TJ McKenzie, and that's it. North Muskegon pulls off the upset. They win it 14-6.
Well, Montague's loss upset, opening the door for Muskegon Oak Ridge to claim sole possession of first in the conference with a win at 4-1. Whitehall tonight tied at 14. Casey Heisinger to Terrell Harris, who goes in from 11 yards out. Whitehall led it 20-14. Back came Oak Ridge. Brady Luttrell, little screen to Marcus Stewart. He gets the corner and he goes 31 yards, tied the game back up at 20. Then later in the third, Oak Ridge again, and this time the QB will call his own number, and watch this effort from 32 yards out. That's play of the year capabilities right there, by breaking tackles along the way. Oak Ridge goes on to win it tonight, 27-26.
Game 9 on the Frenzy. Lakes 8 Activities Conference leader Muskegon Catholic Central and Latami Scott taking on Muskegon Heights. First quarter, it's Scott from 5 yards out. That touchdown run put the Crusaders up 7-0. Then later in the first, Logan Helton's turn. He takes the handoff, gets a little space, the stutter step, and he rumbles outside for the 15-yard score. It was 14-0 Muskegon Catholic Central. At that point, Helton would add another touchdown here in the first as well. Muskegon Catholic Central wins big, 55-6.
Oh, let's sneak in one more before the half. Muskegon Big Reds made the bus trip to Hausman Field on another rainy night everywhere. And this one, well, it wasn't much of a game. Khalil Pimpleton takes the punt at the 50, gets a couple of blocks, sheds a tackler. He's gone, 50-yard return, 7-0 Big Reds. Next possession for Union. Pass picked off by Ja'Cory Sullivan. Caught it at the 40. He's going to rumble down to the 8-yard line, and that sets up another Muskegon score. Pimpleton hands off to Raquise McDonald, and he's in for the touchdown. Muskegon wins it 69-0. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, more high school highlights and more Tigers coming up later, too. Big night for them. Welcome back to the Football Frenzy. We'll start the second half in the OK Gold. 4th-ranked Grand Rapids Christian at East Grand Rapids. Christian looking for win number 6, but Mike Malowitz rolls right, hits Jack Combs. 7-0 Pioneers. Move to the third quarter now. It is just pouring. Hand off to Hub Hedgna, and right up the middle, he's going to go 55 yards. Barely touched him. 13-0. Extra point was no good. Christian trying to come back. Isaac Dykema hits Darius Barfield, but that's the only time the Eagles would find the end zone. East Grand Rapids knocks off Christian 28-7.
5-0 Unity Christian with a chance to lock up a playoff berth and move into a tie with Byron Center atop the green tonight. Another rainy night there as well in Hudsonville. This is Mitchell Dykstra, already up 6-0. Look at him make the moves. Far left side, gets a little blocker, a little cutback coming here at the 45. He'll end up rumbling 53 yards down to the Holland Christian 23. It set up a short TD run. It was 13-0. Then in the second, Dykstra handoff to Austin Shaban. Gets free on the left side, finds a seam, and kiss him goodbye. 45 yards. Unity Christian shutting out Holland Christian tonight, 48-0.
We are on the sidelines for Game 13 on the Frenzy, the first of 2 stops in the OK White. 5-0 Lowell playing host to 3-2 Cedar Springs. 7-0 Lowell in the second, but John Todd hauls in the touchdown. That got the Red Hawks on the board. Then the 2-point conversion net. Nick Campione to Ryan Ringler, wide open in the end zone. Cedar Springs took an 8-7 lead into recess. Third quarter, Red Arrows reclaimed the lead thanks to this David Cruz short TD scamper. 13-8 Lowell. Then in the fourth, Nate Stevens slams the door on the Red Hawks with the 5-yard touchdown. Lowell stays perfect and is playoff bound, 27-8.
Also from the White, Forest Hills Northern and Forest Hills Central played at Fifth Third Ballpark. Rangers need a win to stay in the race. Third quarter, FHC up 13-0, picked off by Nick Bomei. Ball popped loose, and Bryce Clay recovers it. Fourth quarter, Tanner Halleck lunges across the goal line of the QB keeper. It was a 20-0 Forest Hill Central lead, and then Daniel Reiser going to cap the scoring 39-yard field goal, splits the uprights, 25-0. Forest Hill Central.
To the OK Silver now, 4-1 Rockets of Kelloggsville hosting the 3-2 Wolverines of Godwin Heights. Battle of Wyoming on a rainy night. Alex Guzman give here to Thomas Griggs. Well, he was Larry Zonka-like. I guess I dated myself too. Google him. Ask your dads or grandfathers. That made it 16-13 Kelloggsville. Then in the fourth, Wolverines 3rd and 22 at their own 21. And check that out. Davenport over the middle to Kelvin Valdez, who breaks a tackle, gets the far side, has blockers ahead. He goes 79 yards. Suddenly, Godwin Heights had the lead at 20-16. But a minute and a half to play, and the rain just pouring at this point. Guzman under center is going to go to his right side, flip it back left, and that's to Marion Smith. Watch the cutback, and that's your game winner. Kelloggsville at the buzzer, 22-20.
An OK Blue Flash is up next. Unbeaten Grand Rapids Catholic Central on the road in Sparta taking on the Spartans. First quarter, Grant Kelly fakes the handoff, takes it himself from a couple yards out. Sparta was on the board first, 6-0. Then the second. Sparta with it again, but this time Kelly is picked off by Derek Sakis of the Cougars. He takes it to the house, and the Cougars led 7-6. And late in the first half, the handoff here to Antonio Strong. He powers his way across the goal line. Cougars stay undefeated, 21-6 the final.
Also from the blue, Comstock Park at West Catholic. First quarter action. West, Chase Brown fires to Hunter Spence. What a catch. Touchdown, cut the lead to 7-6. That was the lone highlight there for Comstock Park. First quarter still, Daniel Fox to Sam Neville. That's a 6-yard touchdown. West Catholic up 23-7, and then Fox going to hand off to Alex Fortier, and he's going to go 5 yards for the score. West Catholic wins it 61-7.
Blue Gold crossover tonight in Allendale. Falcons entertaining the Sailors of South Christian, both coming in at 3-2 on the season. Allendale up 14-12. The third, Colton Clute to Owen Burke, and he's going to go 44 yards for the score. Allendale built a 20-12 lead. Third quarter, same score. A little later, and Clute's going to call his own number this time. Finds a seam, goes right up the middle, and he is in from 16 yards out. Allendale knocking off South Christian 37-20.
And we go back to the Central State Activities Association, a Silver Division showdown between Lakeview and Hesperia. Panthers the host, and they would get on the board first. Kanan Whitty, the rushing touchdown here, taking it all the way. Look at the young man go. Hesperia was up 6-0 at that point. Then in the second, as the rains came down, Garrett Yates takes the handoff, runs out to the right, beats the defenders to the edge. Hesperia goes on to take this one 21-0.
All right, our 20th and final stop from the Swack Valley Saugatuck at Eau Claire. First place Indians after win number 6 in a playoff berth. They get this in a big way. Opening kickoff, Blake Dunn fielded at the 7. He sees a seam, he gets some blocks, and look at him go. Dunn had a monster night. This is a 93-yard kickoff return made it 7-0. And then Dunn again, a 43-yard touchdown run. He rushed for over 200 yards, had 5 touchdowns. Ho-hum. Saugatuck is headed to the playoffs. They roll tonight 68-0. When we come back, Tiger highlights. Stick around. Final weekend of the regular season. Tigers are spending in Atlanta, and boy, this series got off to a great start. Ian Kinsler leadoff home run, still in the first inning. Miguel Cabrera, first of 2 knocks. Tigers win 6-1, and it's big because the Orioles won. Blue Jays lost, so now the Tigers trail Toronto by a half game for the wild card. To the Lynx we go. Day 1 of the Ryder Cup. U.S. came out smoking in the morning session, wearing pins in honor of Arnold Palmer. We lost him recently. That is Ricky Fowler, chips in. U.S. won all 4 morning matches, lost 3 of 4 in the afternoon, so they lead 5-3 after day 1. In college hoop news, Tom Izzo is on a recruiting roll. Izzo picked up a second big-time recruit this month. This time he plucked it from his own backyard. Xavier Tillman from Grand Rapids Christian held a news conference this afternoon to make the big announcement. Going to Michigan State, picked it over Marquette and Purdue. You want to see all that football frenzy highlights? Again, go to WOOD-TV8.com. Red Wings lose 2-1 in overtime. Preseason.